have the real S25 Ultra versus the fake S25 Ultra. We're going to be doing a camera test so we can see which of the cameras are duds. So I'm going to cover this camera. Let's go through the cycle of all the modes. Yeah, this camera is a dud for sure. This one, same thing, dud. This one also dud, and I assume the yes. This is the only actual camera that functions, this one right here. Oh, let's go ahead and do a real camera test right here. See how different the quality is. We'll start with the test between the two cameras. So I want to see how good the actual photo taking is. We'll take one front facing. Okay, now we're using our rear facing camera, and wow, this fake camera is looking quite awful. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's take a look at the mountains. I don't know why the fake camera is looking so bad. And I'm gonna go through the zoom settings. We don't even have a zoom setting on the fake. Real one obviously has.
Like it's using screenshots of official Samsung icons. And obviously, this is not a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra camera user interface 2. They're called photo picture. That's all you need to know. Everything else is making me realize how much speed here is like appallingly slow. I actually can't believe how slow this is loading. It's incredible how the phone seems so okay when you're on the home screen, and then just how quickly it falls apart when you're trying to do insane that sounds. Let's leave
the two phones side by side, and we're gonna go through the startup menu. I already set up the real Galaxy S25 Ultra, but I'm gonna go through the fake one real quick and just see kind of, it's super similar. It looks pretty legit right here, but I'm pretty sure all of this is fake. Okay, so this is the more of a UI that kind of looks more like One UI 6, where we have the newer UI on the real S25 Ultra. Very, very similar. Seem to be matching a lot of things. As you can see, the bezels are slightly bigger, and around the camera as well, and you even have a chin on the bottom. It's hard to tell because it does really well to mask it, but there is a chin down there. All right, so now I have a decibel reader right here, and I want to see just how loud the speakers are on the original versus the fake. So right now we're at like, okay, so now it's like anywhere from like 30 to 80 right now decibels. Let's play my video on the original. Turn the volume all the way up. I ran to one of my best buddies at Sony. All of a sudden he drops this bombshell on me and he told me that Sony makes up all of the cameras in the iPhone. All right. So that's with the original. Now let's get the fake going and see if it's the same. This almost started when I was at a random Best Buy in Utah. And I ran to one of my best buddies at Sony. All of a sudden he drops this bombshell. So they are similar in loudness, but the quality is way better on the original than the fake. That is. All right, so we got the two S25 Ultras right here. They're both set up, and I put the same wallpaper, and I try to make them as similar as I possibly could so that this comparison can be as realistic as possible. But let's take a look at the software right here. It looks like we're running the new One UI 7 on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and on the fake we're running, looks like a skin of One UI 6, so it doesn't quite look as good.
Oh, no way. It's actually got S Note. It even tells me my pen is on 100%. I expect it to be. There's a tiny bit of lag, but actually still very usable as a drawing pad. I was not expecting features, even things like Smart Select, so you can take customized screenshots.
Real S Pen, right? Clicks out, just like that, pop it out. The S Pen is quite a bit nicer on the original, obviously. Let me just show you this. It does pop out and does have this little animation, just like the original. Let's go make an S Note. Create S Note. So like, yeah, it works, but like, it's nowhere near as good as the real S25 Ultra, right? Like, this thing is smooth as butter, makes the noise when you do it, where this one's just kind of like this clunky surface. It's like one of those crappy styluses you get that have like the little rubber tip, but you do still have it. So you can still use it like a normal S Pen, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. But obviously I'd pick the original over the fake, for sure. But yeah, it does work. The button doesn't really do anything. I've tried it, it didn't do anything where this one like erases for you. But yeah, so you do have the S Pen, and it does click in, it does charge. So that works decently well, but the original
smartphone. So this is what the real Samsung flagship phone unboxing experience is like. Box doesn't have space for accessories. They've actually gone as far as to send them separately. A very official looking fast charger, and then a standard squishy clear case. And then the box itself, it's got some outer plastic that the real doesn't, but the rest of it is so faithfully recreated that I can't see how it fast.
It came in on the the fake one is a lot darker than the blue I got on the real one. Looking at the logos, looks like the real Samsung logo is just a difference in the polishing of the glass, where the fake one looks like it's just printed on there. Another thing to notice on the fake is the edges are significantly more rounded on the fake than the original. See how these edges are a little more rounded, where these ones are a little more sharp. Also, the sides do seem to be a slightly different color. This seems to be more of like a silverish color, and this kind of has that blue hue that the back has. Like, they are pretty similar. We got the S Pen for both. We have the speaker port, the charging port, and then also the SIM card slot, and then a microphone. It looks like on the fake though, everything is slightly shifted down, where the original and perfectly aligned like that. Also, if you can't tell right there, there is no inner liner of the USB-C port on the fake, where the original has this little plastic liner. My guess is that has to play in with the water resistance as well. We can see a little bit better on the edges right there, like I was talking about earlier. Looking at the other side of the two phones, it looks like we have the 5G antenna bands, where on the fake you have nothing. On the whole side, it's just this smooth metal side. As for the top, they're pretty much similar. We have the two microphone holes right here at the top, and looks like the antenna band is slightly lower on the fake than it is on the original. It also looks like our camera bumps are slightly bigger on the fake than they are on the original. Look at the two cameras side by side. It looks like a lot of these are duds. My guess is dud, 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 whereas the original, all of these are real. We'll know better in the camera test. The camera unit looks like our flash is a little bit off as well. This periscope is even a little bit slanted to the right slightly, if you can't see that, so it's slightly misaligned. And also you do have like the darkened frames that make it look more legit. Comes out a lot smoother than the fake. The fake has a dark colored S Pen, where the original has the same one to match the body of the phone, but it looks like there is a button, and it has this this super thick looking tip, where the original has that nice fine tip. And also the button bottom part looks a lot better on the original, a lot more legit looking. They both do have a satisfying click. Like, listen, that's the real, that's the fake. Actually, in fact, I think the fake sounds a little more satisfying in my opinion. We'll have to see how they function. This one has a little separation right here. I feel like I could easily break this. Honestly, both of these are pretty fragile. So no. CPU-Z analysis. So this tells about the actual internals of the device. So it looks like we got a Qualcomm 4.7 gigahertz. Obviously, the fast clock speeds. We got our 7G CPUs right here. And this is the fake, all right? It says it has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. Obviously, it doesn't. Our clock speed is 4.47 versus 2.86. So this is like double the speed of this one, and yeah, so this is very telling in this aspect. Let's go check the device part. All right, so this is the difference right here. See, they try to mimic by saying that, oh, it's a S25 Ultra, all this stuff, right? Well, obviously that's not the case. We can see that we have the DPI here. It says that it has the same resolution screen, but obviously the DPI, which is like the pixel density, is double on the real, where the fake is like, yeah. One thing I do want to take a look at is the actual speed test of the two. All right, starting off strong, the original is speeding through the apps already through the first row, where the fake is basically getting cooked. This thing is barely even keeping up, which is kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. The fake is having a very poor performance, just barely getting through the two, where the original is already on the second lap. Wow. And we're almost done with the whole entire speed test. This is crazy, at least for the original. The fake is gonna take a long time. So I ended up speeding it through, and it just didn't even finish the test because it took so long. Okay guys, I know this fake wasn't exactly the best one I've ever done, but this one is coming next week. It should be way better. Tune in. Make sure to subscribe.